observed something interesting via the stock market a couple of days ago. I was talking to someone about it, and figured I would make some content to show you the inverse relationship with stocks, right? What I mean by that is, while you have some stocks going up, while you have a corresponding effect by other stocks going down. It's a very interesting observation to see that, anything around you, right? Anything around your household is made by someone, right? Specifically, it's made by a company, right? So what I often tell people, who may be interested in stock markets or buying stocks, I say, if you're interested in stocks, look around your house and see what's around you. And you might see, a pair of shoes over there, or you might see a couch like you see by here. That couch might be made by a company that is publicly traded. Now, if you do your research and you realize, you look up the name of the company, you go on Google and you see if that company is publicly traded, or if that company isn't publicly traded, that company might be owned by a bigger company, and then you can go up and look at that company. For example, all those high-end brands, Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Prada, Balenciaga, a lot of these name brand companies are owned by larger conglomerates, right? These are just individual companies owned by this one conglomerate. So you may not be able to find, for example, a Gucci as a publicly traded stock, but you can look for the company that's owned or owns Gucci, and then you can buy into that company if it makes sense to you once you look at the numbers, see what's possible for you as an individual, because it's always about the numbers. You look at the numbers and you see whether or not it makes sense. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. And I'm just going to share my screen on Zoom. Boop. First of all, what I do typically if I'm looking for a company, I go on Google, I type the name of the company in, and in this case it came up on Invest Snips, and AMC, right? It's entertainment. They own a lot of theaters around the US and so on and so forth. They give you a bit of information about the company itself, right? And the most important part to me in this example is what is a ticker symbol, and in this case that's a ticker symbol. So I take that and I go into one of my platforms that I use. In this case it's Robinhood. You can tell by this feather, that's their logo. So you go here, you punch that in to the search bar, and you get this. So today, currently AMC is trading at, and this is a live stock chart, because I'm doing the video within market hours, so you're going to be seeing details of the stock popping up. Nevertheless, I want to go to the 3-month view to illustrate my example. And what I also did, I went ahead and I pulled up Colgate as well. Colgate is a popular brand, toothpaste brand. They're riding high at 69.82 right now. That's their trading price. So I want to see their 3-month chart, right? So I go here and I hit the 3-month, and that brings up the chart here. And basically what you're looking at essentially is below shows the dates, right? Below shows the dates, and on the side we're seeing what the dollar amount of this particular stock is at any given point on the chart. Okay, so if you observe, when I put it wherever I put my cursor, at the bottom it shows you the date and time, right? Typically we're looking in the past because you're to the left. So once you're looking in the past, At the bottom, it's going to show you the date, the month, and what time of day this particular stock was trading at this particular number. Up top shows you the price as well. Okay. So, also I don't want to make this video too long, but just to illustrate my point, so I have Facebook up as well, and I have Apple up. So I just want to go over and hit my 3-month chart on each. So now, as it relates to these stock options, they're all on the 3-month chart. So, as I kind of cycle through it, I don't know if this is obvious to you as it is to me, but if not, let's go in deeper. So, let's go to the 17th, right? Because at this point, the coronavirus was as far as the news goes, it was really impacting the news forecast, or broadcast, I should say. And typically, novice traders are going to, react to what's going on in the news. So, again, we're talking about the inverse, or the actual effect, and how the stock market basically is impacted by news cycles, and how it reacts to news cycles in different ways, right? So it reacts to news cycles in different ways. So, for example, with AMC, right, that stock tanked on March 16 into 17, right? Made a little rally here, as you can see. Made a little rally towards the afternoon, but then it plummeted again. So just keep in mind this day. So it's coming from all the way up here. Stock is doing well, doing well, and then you start to see the downward trajectory. Actually, around about, so the downward trajectory right around February 28th, right? That's when this downward trajectory started, right? And it hit its serious lows, right? Or we say its lowest lows March 17th. Now this is AMC, right? People stop, pulling back. No one's going to theaters anymore. Everyone is, adhering to the stay-at-home regulations being brought out and talked about in the news. So no one's going to the theaters. And as a result of that, we see the stock for AMC, one of the largest theater companies, take a nosedive, right? Now let's go over to Colgate, right? So like I said before, Colgate is a company that makes toothpaste. So you want to have toothpaste in your house, right? During the pandemic, you want to, this is one of the essential things that people get, right? It's toothpaste. And this is one of the bigger companies that makes this particular product. So, let's check out what happened on the 17th for this particular stock. So this giant jump here on the 17th of March, right? That was as a result of the pandemic. Yes, we can go back and we can say, well, it was already trending downwards, right? In March it was trending downwards, right? Trending down. But what is key is the reaction of the public on this particular day, March 17th. It had a clear inverse effect when we compare it to AMC, right? Well, what am I talking about? I'm basically saying that, listen, stocks mimic the attitudes of, or the psychology that you really need, especially during this pandemic. This whole pandemic, this whole staying at home and all that is a great opportunity for folks to really take a step back and make an assessment on their finances and their life in general and what's really important to them versus what's not. So I'm just using, what I know, to the stock market as an illustrative tool to show that if you look around your household, you can buy things, right? You can buy the companies from whom you already buy things on a day-to-day basis. So that's all I'm saying. Like, so yeah, so that's basically all I'm gonna cover right now. I think, if you guys thought you got something from this video, please let me know in the comments. I just wanted to illustrate that in these times, and throughout time, really, the stock market has adverse effects, right? Things that are more valued, right? Products, services, those companies that provide those products and services typically trend upwards in time of crisis, and things that we don't need as much, entertainment, going out in this pandemic, we realize that going out is not, necessarily something that you can do. And you realize the companies that provide those services and products that facilitate, us outdoors, those companies tend to go down. So please leave a comment, like, share, and do subscribe to Ready T Plus. I'm going to be putting out some more videos per your comments. I think we're going to do more finance stuff for now. Let's see. But just stay tuned. Ready T Plus. Peace.